Hey, what's up guys, it's George, and in this video here I want to talk about what to do when the notary business slows down. So I've had a couple of people recently who've reached out to me and said, hey, oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's like my phone stopped working because the calls and the appointments aren't coming in like they used to. Right now, as the date of this recording is October 19th, 2022. And for, I've been in this business now for over 16 years doing as a notary. And for the for those who got in during the pandemic and things like that, you probably got spoiled because there was just like a crazy amount of business available, like way more business than anyone could handle. It was just insane. And I knew eventually that it would slow down because I've been in this business long enough to know that it comes and goes in cycles. And there's also a big one on multiple streams of income. But when everybody was refinancing their home because the interest rates were crazy low. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I did a couple of closings where the interest rates were in the 1 percentiles, which is just insane. But I knew eventually that it would come back up again, and that people get spoiled. And once the rates came back up again, and once the market changed, that there would be a period where it would be really slow. Sure enough, the Feds have raised the interest rates a couple of times now, and the interest rates have shot up. And so the brakes have been on all the closings. Of course, there's still closings happening. I mean, I did 2 closings just today, and that's why I'm doing this video. Has it slowed down over the past couple of months? Yes, absolutely. It has slowed down. I mean, before it was like, my phone was just blowing up every second, constantly. Where it has slowed down. I mean, which is actually kind of nice in a way for me, because it's like I appreciate when it's busy, but I also appreciate the slow periods as well, because it allows me to just kind of recharge and recoup and just get caught up on stuff. So I've been doing it this long enough. I know the cycles of it, but I know a lot of people are freaking out and, oh my gosh, what do I got to do? And that's why I wanted to share this, so even when it gets really slow, there always is going to be closings going on. So a couple things I want to mention here. Number one, there's always going to be closings going on. It's never that there's not going to be anybody refinancing their home or anybody buying or selling their houses. There's always going to be a closing going on. So during these times, this is when you even if you got to accept closing for a little less than you normally would, if this is what you're doing full time, then hey, I'm not saying to go too low. I mean, I have my standards that I won't go below a certain amount, and I just won't do closings for the day if I don't get any opportunities for it, because I'm not going to go below my certain standards. But during these times, it's like, hey, if I got to drive a little bit farther to do a closing for a good client, then sure, I'm going to do some things like that just to keep because when the closing slow down, you still want to stay on good graces with those companies that are paying you the top dollar amount for the closings. So that way, the little closings they do have, you're going to be, one of their first choices to get the few amount of closings that they do have. So that's, one thing. But then also something that I learned this from one of my mentors a long time ago, is that, that when it's, because I used to be, I did sales for many years, and I always loved sales, and I remember my mentor always used to say that when you're crushing in, you're closing sales and things are going great, whenever you get to a point where it slows down, instead of like a lot of people just start complaining and scratching their head, you go back to the basics, to the very basic things, and how like from when you first started. And so when it's slow now, go back to the basics. If many of you guys have been in this business, I know some of you guys are brand new, but some of you have been doing this for many years, and you just kind of got spoiled, laying back, letting the business come to you, which is great. And now that it's slowing down, it's like you've forgotten about the basics. But when the business slows down, just like in any business, you go back to the basics and you do the things that you did in the beginning to drum up the business. Start reaching out, contacting title companies, seeing if there's new signing companies you can apply for, reaching out to previous clients and seeing what's going. I've reached out to a couple of people I haven't talked in a while, just to see how they're doing and everything. And next thing you know, they're hey, good to hear from you. And then started drumming up some business that way. And then also start exploring other ways that you can make money as a notary if you are a notary. I'm actually looking into adding fingerprinting services. That's something I've never done, but I thought, hey, maybe, I'm not sure if it's something I am going to do or not, but it's something that I may look into adding on the side if it's worth it or not. And because you know what's going to happen is it is going to get busy again, as been through this before where it's been crazy slow. And just like, when it's busy, that doesn't last forever, goes through cycles. So eventually people are going to get used to the interest rates and realize, if it stays like this for a while, which it probably will, people are just going to have to accept the reality that, okay, the days of the 2 and 3% interest rates are probably long gone, and we just got to work with what we got. And that's when things are going to start picking up again, when people just start to accept the new reality. Right now, people are kind of in like a shell shock phase, but eventually people are going to realize, and that you just kind of got to get used to it. And so we'll start picking up slowly but surely. But then also new and different types of closings are going to emerge. I remember when the last recession hit, when the real estate market tanked and everything. That was actually one of the busiest times of my life, because all kind of new closings emerged. I was doing short sales and foreclosures and doing even eviction notary things and all different kinds of things. That was actually one of the busiest periods of my life, making a ton of money during the peaks of the recession. And so I know that new different types of things are going to emerge. You can take advantage of online notarization, and but then also, like I said in the beginning of this video, also, this is why I'm a big one on multiple streams of income. Those who follow me on this channel, I got multiple streams of income. I got my medical commodities business, which, right now I have such a good smooth system for it that it doesn't take much time at all. I have a full-time virtual assistant that runs a lot of the business for me. So I don't, it's at a point now where it's like I don't do a lot of work for the business. I still am doing a lot of local sales and everything, but it's very minimal work because I have such a smooth running system, and so I have a lot of free time. And on that other free time, I always, I'm looking at other ways I can make money. I mean, I'm coaching people. I got YouTube. I got multiple YouTube channels, making money online, and so multiple streams of income. What is it? MSI? Multiple streams of income. And then also just take time to stop and smell the roses. I've been, when it gets crazy busy in notary business, it can, although it's awesome, money's rolling in like crazy, it's also, like I said, I appreciate the slow times, and because then it's like, all right, I can finally chill, relax a little bit, and work on some tasks and projects I've been putting off. So also appreciate when it's slow as well. And if you just keep sticking to the basics, marketing, doing the activities and what you got to do, then you'll be ready for when the industry starts picking up and rolling again. And I can assure you, there still is absolutely business available. I mean, I'm doing notary appointments every single day. So with that being said, guys, I hope you have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. And if you got a question or something, leave a comment below. And until next time, I'll catch you later. See ya.